So on Monday, I was asked to report out on the of P&T in the United States. And the way I chose to do that was to provide some briefings out of the P&T Advisory Board meeting that was held in California a week or so ago. There were numerous presentations, but I selected 4 or 5 to go through, which I thought would be most appropriate to enlighten folks on where we were in P&T in the U.S. Started off, of course, with Dr. Brad Parkinson's briefing on Protect, Toughen, and Augment, which is how he has proposed we achieve a state of resilience in P&T. Went through some briefings from the Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Naval Observatory, Dana Goward from the RNT Foundation, and also went through the briefing that was given by Logan Scott on the spoofing event that occurred during the Institute of Navigation's GNSS meeting in Portland in September. So I thought that would be the well-rounded way of presenting the information requested. Some of the insights I've gained from the P&T Forum were that RIN continues to concentrate on the need for resilience in position navigation and time. I mentioned during my presentation that back in 2000 in Edinburgh at the European Navigation Conference, I was the only paper on LORAN, and the word resilience was not part of the normal vocabulary. One reason for that was the beginning of the Galileo program, and for a number of years after that, people spoke of Galileo being a backup for GPS. I think many of us in P&T seeing the good of similar systems, but the bad of similar problems with how to impact those systems, that wasn't really the backup we were hoping for. I think now many people, even the folks who support satellite-based navigation, recognize the need for resilience, and resilience meaning something different. Other satellite systems are good, but we need something that has different failure mechanisms. So I think the insights I gained was that there's a continuing and growing understanding of that need for resilience, and I think RIN has been a champion in supporting that. I think the priorities in moving towards resilient P&T are looking at the ground-based infrastructures, those that exist and those that will need to be recapitalized and continue to exist in the future. I found it extremely interesting in Andy Proctor's talk about the impact, the economic impacts of losing GNSS for 5 days. It was interesting to note that the one sector that had zero impact was aviation, which I think I'm very proud of. But it really tells a story. People should ask, how is it that aviation can get away with zero impact while all the other sectors don't? And the answer is aviation has a legacy of ground-based infrastructure that is highly resilient, that goes back the entire length of aviation. It also has in place very specific requirements and a safety management culture that ensues all parts of aviation operations, aviation manufacture, aviation training. And what I'm concerned about is as we move into the area of autonomous vehicles, the engineering seems to be sort of on the side and the business aspects seem to be pushing things ahead. And I'm afraid that unless we reinstitute the engineering disciplines, we're going to be unhappily surprised. And unhappily surprised usually means, oops, we should have done that in the past. And I think I would say that it's up for the engineers to push back on the financial analysts and get the job done right.